Hello and welcome to, sorry, this is run 2 here. Hello and welcome to what I believe would be a nearly impossible challenge that I have gotten the inspiration from another YouTuber. Someone I've been watching for a very long time and have seen him take on a challenge that I've never really imagined would have been possible in any Fallout game. He has managed to go through and he has played Fallout New Vegas without dying. Like he had one, sorry, I'm not very good at this so far. He went through the entire game of Fallout New Vegas on a single hit bar, never going below what his maximum hit points were. And I encourage you greatly to go check out his channel. His name is Many a True Nerd. Please look him up. He has done some very spectacular things through Fallout and made very enjoyable videos out of the game series. I honestly encourage you greatly to go look it up and go see what's going on with him. This will be my attempt. He's not yet attempted to try to take on. He's currently in Fallout 3, You Only Live Once. He has not completed it just yet, but he is getting very, very close. In fact, maybe only an episode or two left of it. He has not yet attempted to try to make a Fallout 4, You Only Live Once. And I'm kind of hoping I can beat him to the punch. And I don't mean that in a way to insult him, but I'm hoping if I can do this, I'd like to take a chance to go take a stab at it and attempt to get through the entirety of the game on a single hit bar. What does that mean? I'll go through the rules quickly for what I know right off the bat. As I said, I'm going off a single hit bar. Unfortunately, I should have set it up when you could see my character stats. I'll even show you my character stats now. As you see, I just loaded up the game, and I just started. As it stands, I've actually taken a hit inside the vault. I'm going to count that, as this is a pre-made character just as a short stop so I could cut in. I didn't consider this, and I should have. So, sadly, as you can see in the bottom left corner of my Pip-Boy, I'll even scoot it in for you. Bottom left corner says my hit points are at 114 out of 115. Sadly, that means I'm starting this game at a slight handicap. So now I'm currently cut down, minus a hit point of what will probably be very valuable hit points as this game goes further. My rules for this are, the way the system's going to work is every hit I take, I'm going to have a true health counter, as another straight from the man himself, a Many a True Nerd. And what this will do is it'll allow me to keep the true health. So as of right now, I'm going to look at it, and no matter what I will not, no matter if I heal or anything, I will only ever have 114 hit points as of right now. The rules of this are simple. I'm going off the hit bar. I am not allowed to heal under any circumstance. Now, if you don't understand the severity of this, that means no matter what, no stim packs, no sleeping, no doctors, no drugs, no water, nothing. No food. No healing can occur. So, as of right now, no matter what, I will never have, unless certain circumstances, which I'll go over here in a little bit, I will never have above 114 health. That's going to make this intensely difficult, which is why I've set up my character as I have, with my special sitting at Strength 3, Perception 2, Endurance 7, Charisma 3, Intelligence 3, Agility 7, and Luck 3. This actually fit extremely nicely for how I wanted it so that I could get the maximum amount of hit points, the most stuff I could, and also be able to have some of the most important perks in my opinion. Like, I'm going to avoid greatly to go for melee killing. Though melee is extremely powerful, I'm going to avoid it at all costs. Now, to cut out the board, I'm going to go over one last thing, and that is the rule of drugs. As you can see, I already have what I would consider a drug. Rad-X. My rule over drugs are going to be this. Any kind of... And as I keep going, I'll keep explaining the rules, of course. But, obviously, as I said, this food will not hit me. Now, there's also a point that's almost interesting to add. And as I said, I'll add it later. With drugs, only one drug, as I know of, And of course, you can mix drugs and others like that. But right now, as it stands, anything with buff out in it. Buff out is right now what I consider the only drug I will not allow. Buff out and anything that boosts your endurance. For the simple fact, because I know Day Trip or Excel rather, Excel will boost your endurance, which would increase your health. I'm not going to allow that because it is a temporary boost to your health that I cannot allow because it would be cheating under these rule sets. As I said, check Mini True Nerd for more clarification of these rules. I'm going to follow them as close as I can, except for the new interesting thing that's different between this and Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. The difference between this and Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 is the radiation system. When you get irradiated, there, obviously, if any of you have played it, it takes away from your maximum hit points. And the reason I have 114, as I just now realized, you can see it cuts out a little bit of the corner. You should be able to see it. It's got irradiated. Radiation takes health straight away from you. This is very important to consider as it drops your health, putting me at, as I said, 114 of 115. My system for radiation, and I'll keep continuing to walk around so it'll stop being so boring. My idea for radiation is that once I have it, I can't get rid of it. I'm not going to remove my radiation, which means my max health will be dropped whenever I have it, and I just won't be able to heal from that point on. This is a really big hindrance, because if I have to do something as most of you know, the glowing sea later in the game. Oops, okay, cut out. If I have to go in the glowing sea, it's going to be terrible on my part. Because any and all radiation will remove my health. It will be crippling. And that's bad, which is why this is going to be probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done in any Fallout run I've ever tried. It's going to make things so difficult. Now, real quick, I'll explain the method of my madness with my special perks. My specials. Strength, I'm not too worried about carrying capacity. I'm using this more or less as kind of a half dump stat. Well, actually, the majority of mine are pretty well dump stats. There's nothing I really need. Strength. The only thing I want from that is Armorer. The reason I want Armorer is because I want to get this massive edge by creating my armor and giving myself the most damage resistance I possibly can. Early game, this will be extremely important and will be completely necessary. Perception 2. The only reason I needed Perception was I wanted Rifleman. Rifleman right now is my most important duty, and here, it's probably better, I probably should have done this to begin with. As I said, I only wanted Armorer. That to me was the only important thing that I could think of. Is right now, Armorer to me is invaluable, because if I can start getting armor pieces and upgrading them, I can boost myself to have such a good damage resistance, I can survive really well early game. Now, Rifleman, another obvious thing, I don't want to be taking hits of any kind. Any kind. If a blowfly hits me right now, I'm going to consider that extremely bad, because that health is irrecoverable. And I have a piece of paper here right in front of me that I will be marking down every hit and what my maximum hit points are. So, I'm going to be using single shot rifles, probably high caliber like hunting rifles, most likely the Overseer's Guardian at some point, to keep myself as far away as humanly possible from everything I can. Right now, I'm going to be a hermit. I will avoid everything. Endurance. Almost everything in Endurance is absolutely important, but I only went to 7 because I only needed up to Adamantium Skeleton. That is extremely important, because I can't, if I break a leg, obviously I can't stim pack to heal it immediately. I have to wait till it heals itself, which takes a really long time. Now, I would say under the normal, I only live once. Under New Vegas and 3, limbs did not heal. So, as John did it, if he broke a leg, he would have a broken leg the entire game. Now, granted, things happened that he didn't have the broken leg the entire time. Watch the video yourselves to find out. These will heal themselves. But say I get broken leg at some point, I can't run. I'll be stuck. Now, the reason I keep going, Cannibal, that heals. I can't use it. I believe Ghoulish. Yes, that heals. Can't use it. And yes, actually, that could have been useful. But as you can see, I could only take the first 2 perks of Solar Powered. I couldn't justify sacrificing 3 more special points for 1 perk that'll give me 2 strength and endurance, which it would just be really difficult to keep track of your hit points at that point. It'd be annoying. So, yeah, I figured 7 endurance is enough because it gives me adamantium skill at 10, which is extremely important. Charisma 3. I'm sure most of you know this, why I took this. I want Lone Wanderer. Lone Wanderer is absolutely important and probably I won't say the single most important thing, but it is way up there. Because, as you see, it says 15% less damage. That's damage reduction, not resistance. That means 15% of whatever hits me is automatically 15% less powerful. I'm pretty sure that, and I'm mostly certain that caps out after a certain point. And after that, they won't knock off 100%, but I believe it's about 85% that they'll stop. If it's anything like the old Fallout games. That's extremely important. That could be a lifesaver, and that will probably be the first perk I take, because I will be going by myself. Companions will only get me spotted. Alright, now to cut out the monotony, obviously Gun Nut and Intelligence, that is extremely important, and it'll level me up slightly faster. Ninja, of course, and then a couple other action points here. Good perks for that. And finally, Bloody Mess, to really break someone. Get some more damage output, because guns don't usually get a huge amount of bonuses to them. Most only melee weapons. Alright, we'll cut this out. We'll stop making this monotonous, and we'll go ahead and break into the game, and I'll kind of show you as I go along. So this is currently, yes, I designed my character downstairs, and I had to do it with my favorite haircut, the Colonial, and just a good old goatee. I couldn't resist. Here we go. I cannot afford to take any hits at all. I've already got it written down. I'm down to 114 health. I didn't think about it. I am starting off with a handicap. I think I would have ended up having that handicap anyway. As you know, Sanctuary Hills isn't that dangerous, other than there are a few bugs flying around this gate. There are a few bugs just kind of flying around, but as you can see right there in that window, bloatfly. This will be the kicker. Low perception means bad aim and VATS. Meaning I have to take all my shots basically freehand. Now I can take the chance if it's, see, I don't want to take, I'll take a 50% chance. Struck a wall. Oh no. So see, I think I screwed up. Alright. Yep, so sorry about that, a bit of distraction there. Yeah, I'm ignoring Codsworth as of right now. Sorry, yeah. So as you see, I screwed up. Took 50, and that 50% chance was going to hit, except for the fact I don't need the meat. The gland would be the, alright, so here we go. here's the important part. I have to land critical shots as much as I physically can now. Unless, did he kill all of them? I think they all assaulted him. Good, good, good. Perfect. So, with that done, he actually cleared the whole house. And I would normally go with Codsworth, and I think I don't usually go with him. I don't see much point in doing that when you can just get some free experience. So we'll go ahead. Oh, no bobby pins. I forgot. Let me check. You can always check mirrors. Mirrors did not have it this time. So we'll continue on. Now, I'm going to loop this town to the best of my ability. I'm going to grab as many things as I physically can. So that, you know, it gives me a good, nice little edge. Because right now, as you can see, I'm doing pretty well. But I'm obviously missing the bobby pins. Need those. One more second, please. So, I'm back now. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to be having small distractions. Sadly, I am still in the house with my brother. And he's very young, so he likes to run around and make as much noise as possible. I'm sorry. I'm going to continue and loop to the best of my ability. You see, I just landed the sneak attack there. That's going to be the entire game. Me staying down, waiting for the sneak attack criticals here, which will be my game savers. As you can see, screwed up, but I have a plan B. I go to Codsworth. Again.
Shots at us, eh?
And obviously, Codsworth will always win. Normally, under normal circumstances, I hunt them down myself and finish them. Not in this case. I can't afford to lose any health points, as I'll say several times, because it's important to realize that this is probably going to be the most stressful playthrough.
No bobby pins.
I don't have bobby pins. I've ever done. I've never actually tried something like this myself. I've watched someone else manage to pull it off. So, I actually have a pretty good amount of knowledge on how this game works. I've played it several times. I know where to armor myself up with some of the best armor, like power armor. There's a safer way to get it than dealing with the Deathclaw. Because the Deathclaw, obviously, I'm just going to avoid him, if at all possible. Because the Deathclaw is not going to end well for me. Obviously, as most people know, you end up taking some damage at some point. And it just never ends well for anyone. Oh, everybody's listening. So, here's a good example. There's a mattress there. Can I sleep? No. Sleeping is not allowed at all because it heals. Anything that heals, I will avoid like the plague. It is cheating for me to heal. That being said, as most people know, there is a residual health gain that you have in this game. There's a reason I have the true health counter. Because of this residual, over time you gain, I don't know exactly how much health. That part doesn't matter. What does matter is that I heal. Well, again, residual over time, just light healing. That cannot stand. As John would say, again, it would be unfair, really, to just take this residual healing, if I could speak, because overall, it overpowers you to the point where you can just sit there and wait, or after time, you just heal completely. It's completely unfair. And so, because of this, John came up with the true health counter. I'm going to use this true health counter to help me, so that, obviously, it's very important that I keep track of this, so that, and I personally cannot display the true health counter. I'm going to hope that one, you guys trust me enough to know that I'm not lying to you when I tell you how much health I have. And two, I almost want you guys to keep me corrected and make sure I'm fine and not lying about my health, because I'm personally not going to try go out of my way to try and lie about it. I have no reason to. I gain nothing. Yeah, I can complete it and be like, okay, yeah, I completed it. No, I just consider that completely unfair. So, rather than do this the cheater way, I'm going to sit down and I will tell you how much health I have at the beginning of it. If I'm planning on doing this more than once. I don't plan on this being my only video of this, because I know I'm not going to get the whole thing done, the entire game done in one night. It's not going to happen. I've done it over a week. Like, I think my fastest I ever got was 2 days. I've run through the whole game. Eventually I'm going to stop and I'm going to get some sleep and everything like that. This won't be done in one part. I'm not for certain. The last time I did it, my videos that I placed on YouTube, I'm avoiding everything else purposely. My videos I've done on YouTube, they didn't stick. So that if I did a live stream on to YouTube straight from the PlayStation, it didn't stick and they passed on. And they just don't show up anymore. I don't know, after all the updates YouTube's done since I've done that last one. I missed, are you really? Really? Thank you. Anyway, because of the recent, updates and stuff that has gone through, obviously, like YouTube Red, there's a lot of changes that's happened to YouTube since I last dealt with it. I'm collecting meat just to sell it. And I'm gonna keep, my eye out for it. If they stick...
Out of bobby pins.
No bobby pins again. If they stick, and I keep these videos up, wonderful. I will be elated to find out that they stuck, and I can continue to do this easily. If not, I will reconsider. What does that have? I think... Is that just... Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Now, real quick, I'm going to break what I said. I'm going to break off that because I'm going to go through an important topic. Health. Now, I said I would not heal any kind of, I would not use like a stim pack or heal. But, there's a different system of clothing with endurance on them. Clothing with endurance on them give a slight boost to your health, so that, switch to stats now, you see I'm at 114 of 115. I put on this trench coat, 119 of 120. Now, that's not a massive boost, but as you see, for 1 point of endurance, I managed to shoot up 5 health. Now, what if I wore, say, the bowler hat, which gives you a point of endurance, and what would it be? The black vest and slacks, I believe is what it is. That's 15 points extra health. That's a small hit. And just in general, much more useful. It will be absolutely wonderful to have these little bonuses. As of right now, they're not important to me. Later on in the game, that will be massively important. I'll keep the trench coat on, as of the fact that it's just going to end up being beneficial to me to have this little boost of health. And it just helped me. One second. Alright, I'm back now. So, as I was saying, with the system of endurance and health and damage resistance, sometimes it's worth sacrificing a little bit of damage resistance in order to get a special perk that could boost you up. So that, say I could sacrifice, put this on and a boulder hat, that gives me 10 extra health. But if I wear my vault suit, I have absolutely no ballistic damage. Same thing for if I was wearing the boulder hat and just this trench coat. So, in the end, I'm getting a bonus 10 to my health, but with the same costs as with having the vault suit. It's so much more of a benefit to gain that extra 10 health than it is to have extra energy damage and radiation damage resistance. It's in. Oh, bobby pins! I needed that. All right, perfect.
Excellent.
Take these real quick. Hopefully, Codsworth avoids me for a minute because I'm busy. And I'm not for sure which one I wanted to take it in, but I was pushing more towards luck because I want to get as much AP as possible throughout the entire game. So that way, I'd be able to have a good little benefit of just having a nice setup. You know, if I get enough AP, I can sit here and pick people off from extreme ranges using just my AP rather than relying on my actual aim, because say my arm does get broken at some point in the later game, then it could be crippling to my aim in standard. But if I do it in AP, I don't believe that actually hurts it. So it's invaluable to me to try to get my luck up as much as I can. And if I can get to, say, like a critical shot, or I said AP, I'm sorry, critical meter. The critical meter is a guaranteed hit, no matter what. So, this little benefit will help me immensely, because if I can get a critical shot on something and guaranteed never miss, to say I have a 2% chance of hitting it, and then I go for the critical hit and it's a perfect shot, then it's such a nice little, it's such a nice thing that you get extra power with the guaranteed hit. Now, we'll talk to Codsworth real quick. Go.
Codsworth.
Sir? Oh, just tending the garden, sir. Though it is hard to be a green thumb when you lack the requisite digit, I'm afraid.
Obviously, he says that to you whenever you just walk away from him the first time. So...
Codsworth. What happened to the world?
The world, sir? Well, besides our geranium still being the envy of Sanctuary Hills, I'm afraid things have been dreadfully dull around here. Things will be so much more exciting with you and Mrs. Beck. Where is your better half, by the by?
Alright, so for the rest of this, I'm going to kind of skip it, because I'm assuming if you're watching this, you've probably already seen what the game is.
She's...
So I'll just kind of skip it, go through all the
Sean's
stuff. I'll go through all the dialogue.
Sure.
And unless there's a specialty thing that I don't think some people would know about, I'll deal with it.
You're acting...
I'll show it to everyone. Otherwise, I'm not too worried about showing off all the dialogue options, because I assume most of you have already seen it. If not, it's very easy to find something like this.
Thank you, Cops.
But anyway,
Shall we search the
also another
neighborhood
special one
together?
that some people don't know
Mrs.
about.
and young
If you kill the blowflies before him, you can just say, when he asks you want to search town, you say,
Codsworth.
I already looked.
I already looked. They're not here.
Then they're really gone.
Come on, Codsworth.
Well, you could.
Thanks for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck,
So,
sir. I shall remain.
let me tell you my battle strategy. As you know, I'm going to go to Concord now. As of right now, I'm not equipped for a big fight, as Concord is. I kind of want to... I have my character set up. He's built... Oh yeah, I'm going to make you go through a boring part while I explain my kind of system for the game that I have set up. I have built my character with extremely low intelligence and extremely low luck for one of two reasons. One, I needed them for agility and endurance, and because of that, it is extremely important that I had to focus on those and take it out of something I didn't exactly need. Now, I'd like to level up a little quicker, but the reason I want my level to go slow is oh, I didn't even do that twice, I got distracted there. As most people realize, the enemies in this game level up with you. And because of this, some enemies will become extremely powerful very quickly. So that, obviously, you could have the issue of just a standard raider and then you jump to raider scum. That would end up being bad for me if I came across a bunch of raider scum right now. I wouldn't stand the fight very well. But if I stay so low level that raiders say raider scum never show up to begin with, it is such a huge benefit to have a bunch of low level enemies with the system I have of knowing where a lot of good gear is that's relatively safe to reach. It won't be too hard for me to find it. And it's not like I'm going to be going out of my way into extremely dangerous situations. I know what I'm facing in all these situations, and I know exactly what to expect. What kind of enemies would be there. And because of this, it gives me a massive advantage. Knowing where all the bad guys are before I have to deal with them will give me such a leg up on all the competition that I will be able to stand a lot stronger than anything else I face. So, I need to stay as low leveled as possible throughout the entire game as I can. Meaning I need to take on the main quest as fast as possible. I've not decided exactly which faction would be the safest to go through either. More or less, I'm almost going on this on kind of a whim. I had an idea to do it, and I wanted to do it before I could talk myself out of it and think I couldn't do it. My only issue is, it is going to be extremely difficult because certain aspects of the game will throw very hard enemies that I should not be able to handle. But if I stay so low level that the big bad bosses of the game are so weak that they can't handle the gear that I have that I'm not so technically supposed to have for my level, it's extremely important. Now you see me kind of, almost grinding for experience. I kind of do that because level 2 is almost a guaranteed need. You need it. Level 2 will give you whatever you need for, say, sneak or
Got it.
sneaking, or just in general. It's just nice to get up to level 2, give you an advantage. Sadly, I didn't get much in the way of gear from this area. I didn't check this house yet. I did forget this house. Ooh, bobby pins. It's not bad. Overall, search Sanctuary hard because most people don't take into consideration that it really is a massive help with all the gear they have just laying around. It helps. I think I got everything except there's one more safe over here. Hidden under the crib, which I think is very dangerous. Why would you put the crib put the safe under the baby? Why? Like, are you almost sacrificing your child here? Like, look, you found my money, you found my kid too, you may as well take him. Never really understood that. So now we'll go through stage 1 of what I want to do. Obviously avoiding any radiation from the pool of water down there. I have a plan. For a very early game, obviously check that, because I usually always got grenades. Don't think I've ever seen a time where it doesn't have grenades. Come up here, and right off the bat, you find some of the best gear you're going to get your hands on. So, double-barreled shotgun. And then you got a duffel bag by the statue here. Most people miss this. It's very useful because usually, and this time it even goes as far as a bolt-action rifle. Usually I just get a single-fire rifle, not a bolt. So right off the bat, I get some 308 rounds. Right now, as this stands, this is actually probably going to be my go-to weapon. As of, facing harder enemies. Because that's a good, nice little bolt rifle. I will be needing that. So, I'm going to make my way this way. Oop. And I'm going to slip into my outfit that's going to help me a lot. The Drifter outfit. This will be absolutely tremendous right now, for it actually is one of the few things in the beginning that you're going to get that has a nice little ballistic damage. Keep my eye out, because you want to walk across the edge of the water here. There's actually some really good loot up ahead. Follow this all the way up. Sadly, I should have waited till... Oh, first... Oh, I got scared there. I think he got stuck on the rocks. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Whew. Got a little bit scared there. Thought that dog was gonna make a charge at me. I'm still not in the mindset for a you only live once setup. I'm not quite taking it as seriously as I need to. I gotta walk carefully here, because I believe, yes, I got the rat stack dough there, but the dough is not an issue. I'm not even gonna take it for food. Gotta follow the river. Don't step in the river, because obviously you'll take radiation, which, granted, I have the resistance going for me right now, so I take off some of the radiation anyway. It's good to kind of avoid it. Follow up here. And there's some supplies down here. I think I've seen some chems in this. Not this time. I think I've seen, like, buff out or something in there before. Keep following the lake, and we're almost there. And I might actually take another break here. My throat's getting a bit dry. I don't do this very often, so I don't know if I'll leave it, but I'll take it. Why not? I've never actually played with this too much. Follow the river. We'll come across this little machine here, this little doohickey. Open circuit breaker lid. Pop circuit breaker. Here, die. See the pipe? You follow the pipe up the hill over the debris. Be very careful. There will be mole rats, and they will be... It's not good. Burrowing enemies will not be good for my health. Definitely, it will not... It helps in the game and in real life. Come up here, you find a lid. Normally, that would be airtight sealed or whatever, and you can't open it. That's the second most important thing. Get a good amount of caps. Get some 44 rounds, and you get a snub-nosed 44 pistol. Immensely powerful this early in the game. You can look through casual outfit. I believe that's charisma. Perception and charisma. Not as good. Take the promise skull though. There's some food and supplies just kind of laying around here. Rest of which is useless. As you can see, he kind of shot himself. I'm gonna take another break. Sorry about this. I'm not quite used to this. My throat's getting a bit dry. Let me go get a drink, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm gonna have to, if I'm gonna do this more often, I'm gonna have to adjust this, because this is hurting my throat a bit. Don't think I've ever really talked. What am I at? 40 minutes straight now? Yeah. Got a bit dislocated there. Next, I have another plan. Something that will probably, I'm sure a lot of people have already found it, but something that will throw a good chunk of people off. I'm gonna go somewhere that's got a sentry bot in it. For those of you who don't know, you probably think I just went mad and forgot what kind of game mode I'm playing. I'm not. Believe it or not, I'm about to go and do what will probably be the most helpful thing for me early game. Check the fridge. It almost never has anything in it. Yeah, fridge is empty. You pass a fridge, but I don't think I've ever seen anything in it. Watch out. I believe right there are some mirelurks. Can't see the nest, but there is a nest over there, and that lets you know you're next to mirelurks. Oh, and there it is. They're in the water, actually, so you can't see them normal. Very important. Avoid that. Now, as I say that, I get closer to the edge, what makes me have to go near them. Climb the wall. Here, this little wall here. And, you'll see I'm starting to get close to a junkyard. That's what that symbol stands for. It's a junkyard. And as I creep over here, there's an extremely good little area. Sitting just up ahead right here. Welcome to the robotics junkyard, I believe it's what it's called. Robotics disposal ground, I'm sorry. And immediately, you just look around, it looks like a dump. Immediately you come across the sentry bot. Now you can just go over here, obviously turn my back to the sentry bot, just grab stuff out. Sentry bot's completely deactivated. No sign of life in him at all. Now, quickly, because obviously as most junkyards go, have a mole rat infestation. Stuff. Oh, never mind, I'll go straight to the computer then. You play the tape, and you activate the sentry bot. Now it seems again scary, and even though users at fault for any training incidents that occur, makes it sound like this guy's gonna hurt you. He's not. You'll see here. Nope. Sorry, I'm having misclick issues. Got
Nice.
a thing of hot rodders here, which gives you the flames. By the way, I should have saved that. Gives you flames for your power armor. As you hear, the sentry bot is activated. Because I don't know if you saw it, but I took out the holotape. I activate the holotape, and it opens up a program out of it. I blocked the names, obviously, but you have several options. You have deactivate the sentry bot, engage defense protocol, which sounds really scary, initiate self-destruct, and information. As scary as it sounds, I'm going to engage his defense protocol, and it opens up a list, and it'll tell you if you want to try to find a place to defend. Now, the closest place is U.S. Air Force Olivia. U.S. Air Force Olivia is the closest one, and then Hagen I also know has good loot. I'm going to go with Olivia, and he will go, there we go, sorry it took a minute, and he will go to U.S. Air Force Olivia. As he starts quoting his little start phrase, I'll go use the stuff. Come here, especially because if you come right here, you will find a fat man laying on a car. And you may think, oh, no ammo. Well, usually, if they have a fat man laying around, like that ammo. Come over here to this car area. Usually I dislodge it. You get mini. Yep, I just heard it. Mole rats, mole rats. Yep. As you can see, mole rats decided to spawn, but shouldn't be an issue because of my little buddy over here. No. Yep. Now, don't worry, I have it completely under control. Please finish him. Okay. Just to show you, because that scared me a little bit. Health is actually full. I haven't leveled up either. Health is technically full. 121. This is a good time to talk about the rule system, and I should have said it earlier about health. As you can see, now I officially have full health. Here's the issue. I can't allow that to stand because I was just at 114 and now I suddenly gained 7 health points. This will be an extremely short, this will be an extremely easy game if I allow that, which is where the true health counter exists. Now, in a way, I am playing by the rules in a different way, and this is a system that, again, John of Many a True Nerd created, and I think it's a fair one. Of course, you need to gain some health bonuses, because if you only have 114 health points for the entire game, I just don't think it's possible. I don't think you can get away with that. I can be proven wrong. It's not impossible. It's just definitely something you want to watch out for. If you do that, you're going to be playing so conservatively, it's almost not fun. I don't want this to hit a point where it's not fun either. I want this great challenge. I've played it so many times on so many different runs. I may show you them later, but I've done this so much that I need kind of an enjoyment out of it. So, I want it to be fun, but at the same time I want it to be hard. where this system was also really good. Now, because of this system that he's come up with, I think it works extremely good. I think the most important thing you should... Now, okay. My words are getting flustered and I don't know what I'm doing right now. This is really bad. Let me start over. And let me try this again. So... Oh. I don't think I've really ever seen that little thing there. As you see, I'm at HP 121. I was at 114. But out of a maximum of 115. Is he just going to continually do that now? Of 115. Well, since my hit points were 115, and the health moved up 6 points total. So the maximum hit points, that's very, very unuseful. Because, here, so go stop that. Since he was at a maximum of 115, he was at a 114, I could only have 114 of that situation. Now, I've taken off the clothes, yada yada. So my max health points, and this endurance system's going to throw me way off too. It's going to make it confusing. And basically, the way this works is, no matter how much health I have, it'll be a factor of, I'll have a max amount of health. And this is hard to word. Again, please look up, because I know I'm going to screw something up. Look up Many a True Nerd's version of this game mode. He explains it so much better. So that since I had 114 of 115, and then I leveled up, I will only allow myself to have right now 120 of 121. No more. Unless, of course, I put on the yellow trench coat, which has 1 endurance. In that case, I have 126 maximum hit points. In that case, I would put myself at 125. If you're not getting the pattern, I'll explain it. The true health counter will be watching how much damage I take rather than how much health I have left. In a sense that, since I've technically taken 1 damage, and as it sits, I have 1 damage in me, right now, I will only say I have lost 1 health. This is important to realize, because with minus 1 health, that means no matter what, I will always be 1 health point short of my maximum health points. So right now, I really only have 125. And as I've got it written down here, I have a minus 1 written. If I would have been, say, bitten by a mole rat and lost 10 more hit points, I would say I'm minus 11. So that I would only have, in this situation, 115 in this case. But, because I didn't get hit, I won't count it. Now I'm going to switch back, because my drifter outfit will allow me some damage resistance. And I'm going to follow him real quick, because he's getting way ahead of me. It's kind of a confusing system, and like I said, I didn't create it. One thing to note is, over there is a couple rat stacks near vertebrate. A very nice little vertebrate that has a set of power armor. I'm not going for that right now. There are mole rats there, I believe. And they might attack us. I'm not sure. I think we're going to get attacked a couple times. Oh, blowflies. They should be. Ooh. I gotta watch this. He's gonna go right now. See, as you can see. All right, going to Olivia. Perfect. It's kind of a good thing to show. This is why I sent him here, because now he's gonna go and kill all the raiders in U.S. Air Force Olivia for me. I can stay neatly out of the way while he kills them all, and he's a sentry bot. He will easily kill them all. While he handles...
Weapons. Alert. Hostiles may be.
I'm watching this closely now. I can't... Perfect. So, as you see, he did this. This is very important. I'm getting a lot of things mixed up, and I am sorry. This will be a very confusing thing. I've never done this before. Shove the screwdriver in a toaster. I apologize in advance. I've never done anything like this. It's going to take me some time to adjust. As you can see, he killed off a raider. Wonderful. He didn't kill them all, though. And now we go to the interesting question, which would be better. Well, I have 1.3 rating. I'm going to go with this. But he didn't kill them all. Where's this one at? It's a dog. Whew. That might be good. Ooh. Alright. Useful to run up. I'm in danger, but a 95% chance. No way that I'll get it. Wonderful. Okay. I don't intend on using any companions. Companions to me, one, can make the game overpowered, and two, make the game annoying. I just do both you want, I ask. It makes it hard to stealth, which makes them annoying, but they have extreme power, which means eventually they can actually handle a fight for you. I don't like that. It's unfair. It does not balance things out. It doesn't balance things out as well as it should. And I'm not personally a fan of that now. Found some jet there. I'm not going to go into the statistics just yet. And I intended on doing this, say, upwards of 3 hours. My voice just won't hold. I'm not very good at this. I've not done this for very long, and it's killing my throat right now, as it stands. I'm going to definitely have to, I will end up cutting it short. I think I'll just go over some quick aspects of it, and then I'm going to live stream this again at a later point. Definitely, real quick, I'll show you, leveling up, what my intentions are. Right off the bat, I want to plan to take hits. As of early game, I need to be able to take a hit. I'm going to design early game. I'm deciding whether I want to be a glass cannon or a stone wall. And in the end, I feel like right now, I'm going to be making a sniper character. So I'm going to have to be a glass cannon. That's the route I'm going to go through. Right now, actually, as a glass cannon, I need to be undetectable. I just don't want to be seen. I can deal a big enough punch. So, real quick, we have our safest area right now is Sanctuary. There are a couple of bugs still there, but it's just bugs. All it is. I stopped through, and that's my first quick run. Sitting at an hour. My voice won't hold much longer, sadly. I think this is going very well. Tomorrow, I intend on doing 2 hours at the very least of this. Easily. Easily. I'm just going to do it. Definitely, it's going to be earlier in the morning for me because I have other things I need to do throughout the day. But I'm definitely going to try to put some more time into this, and I want to make this character well. I'm not going to play this character off screen. Everything you see will be recorded at some point, live at some point, and everything he does will be watched. Because I don't want you guys to think, one, I'm cheating. Two, I just don't want to take any risks so that I don't want to get this character killed off screen and then I can't explain, well, now I got to tell you live on how he died rather than, show you whenever and make an actual video if he dies, which sadly I must say is very likely. I know this game well. Right now I have a couple of places in mind I know I need to go to. Right, at this very instant, get the best guns before I do anything. And I will. And I have my ideas for it. I know where I can get a great set of power armor extremely early in the game. I know where I can get one of the most powerful rifles extremely early in the game. And overall, I can make this work really well. I just have to get geared up, which is what this whole first couple episodes and little run-throughs of this, these first little bits are going to be me getting geared up. Sadly, it might be slightly monotonous and boring, and I am sorry in advance for this. I'm hoping I will find a way to make it interesting. I'm going to stick to routes that I know very well, meaning it won't be the most fun to watch, and I understand that, and I hope it is extremely fun to watch, naturally, and I'm sorry in advance if I do end up spending a lot of time preparing. That's what this whole game is going to be. Is preparing, and I didn't do a good job of showing it, but there's one way this game will be played whenever I play it. I would test it now, but this is, by the way, in case you didn't notice, this is a permadeath run. But how I'm going to be fighting is simply this. I will be, say, sneaking up. I get down, Codsworth can still detect me, but, say I'll be across the street. Codsworth will have no idea I'm here. I'm hidden. My plans are going to be, I hide, he can't technically see me, hide around a building, pop shot him, fall back, he can't see me when he tries to chase me down. That's going to be my fighting style. That's what it's going to be. And you'll see that example tomorrow, because I will be preparing, but I guarantee you, with the time we have, I will be doing the, battles and shooting each people things. And I know a few places, like right now I actually have a plan. Hopefully this works properly. If wired. Oh, can he only go to one place? I didn't know that. And I'm kind of just delaying because I want to make it as clean of an hour as possible. But I will be back tomorrow, and hopefully I should easily get 2 hours easily. Things can change, and I'm hoping they don't. But I hope to give you as much as I can. I don't want to short you on these videos. This hour-long videos definitely are where I want to go with this. There were a bit of breaks in between. This is me still adjusting to the whole commentary thing. I've never really done a commentary when I've done this game. So please kind of stick with me, and if you can, push through it. I am sorry in advance, and with 10 seconds left on the clock, I want to say thank you for watching this. Many respects to go to Many a True Nerd, and he is probably my idol for YouTube. This is a man who's extremely smart, and I'm going off things he's seen. Thank you for watching, and please give a like and some support, and please, as I said, check out Many a True Nerd. Obviously, he's not telling me to say this. He's not even. I'm not gonna. I don't want to be insulting and say he's not a big enough channel. He's not going around paying people to say his name. Please, he's such a genius and is extremely smart at what he does in this game. That it's honestly incredible to see what he manages to do. Look him up. See the original ideas. He's done Fallout 3. Fallout 3. You only live once, and Fallout New Vegas. You only live once. So thank you for watching, again, and goodbye, as I give a quick save.